Welcome to WrestleCulture. It's been a while. Didn't have one last week, did we?
We didn't. It's been 1 week.
One additional week.
Too long.
But how things have changed, eh? Anyway. Contemplated doing God Save the Queen, but...
Well, you know.
Ready?
Yeah.
As you'll ever be.
I don't think I'm ever ready. I always try to be ready.
Darby ain't playing. Skateboard, watch out. I know the wrestling. The wrestling. Tony's promotion. Team A-Dub.
I don't want to help him. Nope, me neither.
Flaming is throwing.
It's funny with the silence.
It's throwing. Oh! Jack Perry's on fire. I don't even know the lyrics, so I'll just do it again. Oh! Jack Perry's on fire. I'm Adam Wilbourn. I'm AEW. Joined by Adam Nicholas and Phil Chambers. Because all the goings on in wrestling this week, including a wrestler being set on fire, of course. But before we get into it, if you're a fan of this sort of thing, make sure you subscribe to What Culture Wrestling on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and YouTube. Where we do daily Jack Perry's on fire. There you go. We do daily wrestling podcasts. We review Raw, SmackDown, the show formerly known as NXT 2.0. Oh! Jack Perry's on fire. What else do we do? Oh, yeah, AEW Dynamite, AEW Collision, pay-per-views, premium live events. We have interviews, roundtable discussions, and a round of the week complete with a big quiz, of course, on WrestleCulture. As I said, though, joined by Phil and Nicholas. Jack Perry got set on fire last weekend.
Did he really? I would never have got that from any of that.
What do they do next time?
I honestly thought that the flame. I mean, this is me just being stupid now and not thinking of who has the flamethrower. But I thought it was going to be another one of those wrestling things that you can never pay off, like Drew McIntyre and his big sword. But then I'm an idiot because they just pay it off. So
It definitely felt like that time Dean Ambrose, who's different to John Moxley, had the chainsaw.
Yeah.
Like, what are you going to do with that?
What are you going to do? You're going to use that, are you?
Feasibly, what are you going to do with that? And then here we are.
Set him on fire.
He set him on fire.
Simple, really. If we'd thought about it, what's he going to do with that?
Yeah, I mean, the clue was in the name.
I mean, fair's fair. He did hit him with a bus beforehand.
It was justified.
Yes.
Wasn't it? You know, like, if someone hits you with a bus, you set them on fire.
An eye for an eye, flame for a bus.
Bus for a flame.
Yeah.
Flame for a
The
bus.
saying
Seen the
in the Bible.
That's
seen the
what he said.
Jack Perry footage of him actually driving the scapegoat bus.
I did see that
to
this
the
morning, yeah.
towns.
You should make in towns in the.
Yeah.
What is it? Is it a bus? Is it a truck?
What
we call
it?
it?
A bus.
A van.
It's
It's like a van.
It's a van,
more of
isn't
a
it?
van.
Technically a
They did
van,
like
like a
them showing
movers
up on
van,
Dynamite
basically.
with the like Cadillac Escalade and then the scapegoat bus.
We got ourselves a convoy. Yeah, if I was on that show, I mean, Will Ospreay and Roderick Strong had a phenomenal match. Mercedes Moné, Willow, just the same. I wouldn't have done anything. What's the point? No one's going to talk about it.
Yeah, this is very
Do you think
true.
they knew? Or do you think they said? Do you think they met?
What's
they
that
got
big bucket of anti-flammable gel doing there?
Is it the kind of thing where they get everyone together and go, look, just to let you know what the bar is? Jack Perry's going to get set on fire at the end of this show by Darby Allin. So just, base your wrestling around that, I guess, and see how it goes.
It's an interesting guy to set on fire as well with all that hair. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of
Dangerous
hair.
amount of hair.
I pitched ridiculously, slightly singeing one of the Young Bucks like hats.
Setting fire to their shoes.
Yeah, like they're holding. Oh, whoa, that's on fire. I can't put that on. Not just his legs.
Have they done the shoes on fire super kick spot yet?
Yes.
No,
they did.
It was exploding.
exploding one, of course.
The
Yeah.
Joey Janela shoe on fire super kick in GCW, of course.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll come up later on today.
Maybe.
It's in the quiz.
Question. Did they do a dress rehearsal?
Yes, that's a good point.
That's what I want to know.
That is a good point.
Because, like,
And if Jack was late, who stood in for him?
who was the start? Darby Allin was like,
Darby,
a bit like
yeah.
the old, man, where, like, you'd be like, I wouldn't get anybody to do anything that I would
Yes.
do.
But
So
then that
Darby's
would
like,
be Tony Khan doing it, surely.
yeah, I
feels
mean,
great.
Tony Khan got set on fire.
he's like, okay, let's go. Can you imagine that? He's just all, come on then, here we go in his little suit.
I watched it at the weekend and I made notes and we did a podcast earlier on this week. It's a really good review with the Dadleys talking all about it. Do check that out when you get a chance. And I can't remember other things that happened in that match. Like there was an exploding chair at some point. I know by mid-June, I'll go, Darby Allin got hit by a bus, Jack Perry got set on fire, and I'll maybe remember the finish. Darby Allin was hanging from his injured ankle at the end, just swinging around. I'll have forgotten that in a few weeks' time.
You remember to the camera, Matt Jackson being like, this has cost me so much money. You will remember that.
Stop playing Final Countdown.
That was very good.
200. Do they not get a group rate? Can they not say can we have 10 lots of Final Countdown for the price of 9?
Let's have it for one show. Let's use it as much as we want in one show.
Apparently not, no.
I don't know how it works.
And good on them.
And wrestlers have never been one to exaggerate. So it's definitely...
No, it's 100% definitely that amount of money each time. But let's just imagine that it is that, right? Yeah. Good on...
Europe,
thank you.
Yes.
I was about to say, good on Final Countdown. No, that's
fine.
not it.
This is an English podcast. We will not be putting over. Well, Brexit means Brexit, guys. We're not putting over Europe. That's for damn sure.
Yep. Okay.
That's what I always say at the end of an international football tournament that takes place in 2 weeks. You know what?
Yeah, I was
good on Europe.
So you're not watching then? You're not watching that then? No.
Oh, that's not the button.
Oh my God.
Germany, Scotland, 2 weeks today.
Yeah.
Sorry. What are we talking about?
What about the real games, though?
Is that Sunday? That's the Sunday, isn't it? You're telling me there's a chance. I'm ready to be hurt again.
I'm definitely going to be sad after all of this.
football.
Yep. Also, might as well just tell you ahead of time. Tell you ahead of time as well. I'm going to be watching all the matches, so I will be off at various different points.
Fair enough.
Why not? I don't have kids, but I do have football. Yeah. So kiss my ass.
From next Friday, that's the last we'll see of you for a month.
It's like, no, I'm not a monster. I've basically got the days off. And should I feel like I want to take them either
that's
after
smart.
or whatever.
I never know whether to book.
Only after the England matches.
Yeah, I never know whether to book the day off after a final. Because I feel like the moment I book that, they go, England are out of the tournament.
Yeah, this is why I book all of them, you see. Because then it's like, I did this.
Can't jinx it all.
Well. Can't jinx the whole thing.
England
can I?
Banned from competing. Oh.
Yeah, they don't even make it into the first game. Everyone decided to go home. Oh, good. Well, at least I've got the days off.
Yes. The other thing that happened, I say the other thing, quite a lot happened at Double or Nothing, but we covered that, as I said, on the podcast with the Michaels.
Yeah.
Was the return of my best friend. I knew about it in advance, of course, but what did you make of the return of MJF?
Look, one after you, Bob. I was just going to say I thought you did very well to keep it a secret. Yep. That's a good friend right there.
So he was going to be very excited about dishing that dirt, but he kept his mouth shut.
Yeah. I'm a good friend.
Good friend. It was fun. Yeah. It's good to have him back because he's been missing in AEW, and the kind of fire promo that he cut was like, yes, I remember now. This could be a lot of fun. Interested to see what they do. The news is kind of suggesting that they're just kind of tucking that Adam Cole feud out the way and forgetting about it. Move. And they're like chucking the devil into the crowd and stuff. That's done with. Like, everyone, guys, we're moving on. Okay, that's just over there. We'll just carry on over here. Just don't talk about it. It's fine.
It was only one of the central things in our biggest show ever, but it doesn't matter. Let's not talk about it anymore.
It's okay though. I think it's better to acknowledge these things. Don't just go through with it because you like. But what about the end? Is anybody going, but what about the resolute? No, they're not. Like, he himself acknowledged, and that's good. Like, acknowledge when things weren't 10 out of 10. He'll be back with fire in his belly. And everybody who was giving him stick and blaming the companies like middling on him, well, he wasn't there for this whole time. And what happened? Yeah. Like, yes, admittedly, things are getting better now, which is great. But stars are stars. They're always going to be stars. And when one comes on your television, you're like, look, there's a star. He looks amazing. I'm ready to see what he's got to do. And you know,
he'll be out to prove he's worth the money that he's now on.
And and he's definitely been sitting at home. Well, obviously, getting his little tattoo, writing, like coming up with, like Punk did that time when he just wandered in with like a year's worth of stories to Vince. It was like, bam, there you go.
Yeah.
And then he just went, I don't want
what we're doing.
But yeah, basically, he'll have done that. He'll be raring to go. And also, time off. You don't have to be injured. You don't have to be, well, I know, like partially maybe he was, but like, you don't have to always be injured. Just take some time away. Do it. Do it, Chris Jericho.
Please.
Do it. Do it. People will, well, I won't, but people will be ready for you when you come back.
Smash cut to MJF under the learning tree.
Yeah. Phil, why would you even say that? Oh, you made me sad now.
What do we need? That was a bit of me when I was watching Dynamite, and it was okay in the end because they said he's going to be here next week. Don't worry. And I was
It's
like,
a bit weird that they didn't.
where the hell's MJF? And then they were like, right, time to roll out the grass and put the fake tree in the ring for what the. Where's MJF?
Talk shows.
I like these. I'm a hypocrite. I love this, but I was just like, not you.
No, you don't. You don't have to defend it. You don't have to. If you don't like it, you can just say you don't like it. Like I have nothing but respect for the things he's achieved in wrestling. Like he's done amazing stuff. So
I think he beat The Rock, and I think it was Stone Cold on the same night.
On the same night?
Yeah.
Same night.
I read that somewhere.
That can't be right.
No one's
that
done that.
Cannot be right.
That's
that
too
doesn't
big, that.
He's only little. How's he done that?
He's a little one.
That's crazy.
Little guy.
But genuinely, there's a time for these things to happen. And I think that time was about a year ago, maybe more. Like, I don't know.
The whole reason Chris Jericho was so good at reinventing himself was because before each one of those reinventions, he had a little bit of time away.
Yes.
But I also think, and he acknowledged it. This feels to me like I think he knows.
Yeah.
He knows, and he's still saying like,
Clinging on, isn't he?
What if I didn't, right? It's so funny, right? What if I didn't? And then all the things that are like totally 100% true, I just said them like they were ironic, even though they're all 100% true. Yeah.
Quick word on MJF's attire.
I mean, on the nose, which is appropriate.
Hey.
Because he might be a good cooker, but that's because he can smell all the ingredients with his large nose. Yeah, good little nod to Triple H. He looked amazing.
Yeah.
And like people might have said it was a bit on the nose. I didn't think so. I just thought he looks cool, and I get that reference.
Yes.
I pointed at the telly like Rick Dalton in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Yes, I did.
Hi to everyone in the chat, by the way. Sorry, I will get around to your questions in due course. Thanks to everyone who's joining us live on YouTube. Shout out to Eric Vasquez, great first name, who just says, wrestling.
Yeah,
Indeed.
Definitely.
You're not wrong, Eric.
You are correct,
You're
Eric.
not wrong.
Speaking of, there was quite a lot of that over the weekend because there was also King and Queen of the Ring.
Are we still talking about King and Queen of the Ring?
Still.
Well, we're talking
Well, let me
about
talk about the Queen for sure.
one person in particular whose coronation is this evening on SmackDown, and we go into great detail, me and Hamflet, on that on the SmackDown preview. But let's talk Gunther.
Yeah.
Was it a botch or was it? It was a botch, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Full disclosure.
Yeah.
Still not seen it. So I'll have to take your opinions on it. I know you have a thought process on it.
I have a conspiracy theory surrounding it.
Hello.
But nevertheless, it was a brilliant match, a really good final, I think. Because I
Fun
think
mix of styles.
Yeah, and
which it was always going to be with the very WWE guy in Randy Orton and the very I'm going to chop your tits off in Gunther. It's always going to be fun.
we're watching some old WCPW footage going,
Oh
look at
my
him
God.
there.
He is a different man.
Tell you what, though, he's very lucky, is our Gunther. Because in this new era, of course, there is no Vince McMahon anymore. And how many times, think of all those years in 2019, where we had the exact same conversation before the next person was supposed to go out and maybe beat Brock Lesnar, or the next person was supposed to go out and maybe... And we were always saying, there's that dreaded walk past Gorilla, you know, where Vince sees them and he's like, look at the size of him. Like, look at how big his muscles are. Look at how hot he is. Look at his and then he just goes, change your plan.
Yeah.
Plan, keep the belt on him or whatever. If Vince was here to see jacked Randy Orton walk past him, and the fact that, as we've all discussed way back then, which he did do to him at Survivor Series, Gunther ain't actually that tall by comparison to all the other tall dudes
I
in
didn't
wrestling.
realise Randy Orton was as tall, if not taller.
But it shows you the presence of Gunther.
Yes.
Makes you, he's a monster. You know, he's big, he's a nasty bastard. But like, you put him in there with the biggest they've got to offer, he ain't actually that tall.
Especially now, like at least like Indy Walter was about as wide as he was tall. He was a big
It was a presence
boy,
thing, wasn't
and it was
it?
a very much a presence thing.
But he still has that through his aura. I think,
yeah,
which
that's
is
the thing.
different
It's mad that he's managed to keep that of having slimmed down so much, and he's like slimmed down, and he's like he looks the part, but he isn't exactly ripped or anything like that. He's not like big muscle guy, but he's somehow kept that aura of being a big guy. And I don't know what that is. It's just the way he holds himself, the way he walks.
That's it.
It's really incredible that he's kept it going.
And they did a logical thing of like, okay, well, I say this again, haven't seen it, but this is how I've been informed. It felt like the idea of Gunther knowing that the normal stuff he does isn't going to work on Randy Orton because he's jacked.
Yeah.
So like, adapt.
Yeah.
Whereas in the Vince era, it would just be like, well, he couldn't do anything to him, so I was just having kill him. Probably.
Because King Randy Orton wouldn't. How do you do that with that in storyline? I get it. He gets a title shot, and that's a way to get to Randy Cody.
Yeah.
But like, Randy Orton doesn't need it. It's Randy Orton. He's won 14 titles or whatever it is.
I do quite enjoy that he's just refusing to put on the crown as well.
Oh,
Like, he'll
yeah.
just hold it, carry it around. I'm not wearing it. I'm not an idiot.
Meanwhile, Nia plonk straight on.
Hello.
6'4", Gunther.
Yeah.
Which is another reminder of like when Stu Bennett, Wade Barrett was in WCPW, where you go like, I've never looked at Randy Orton and gone, he's a tall wrestler. He's a big guy.
Yeah.
But you just think, oh, he's probably not average. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
6'5".
But he is
6'5".
But average in that system for
Yes,
quite a long time because there are big people in there. Like it's why I never want to go and be a guy who has somehow ends up in this scenario where I'm interviewing loads of wrestlers all the time because I'm so small. And like you think you're small, and then you stand next to the biggest wrestlers, and you're like, "Yep, I feel even smaller now." 3 of me could not touch your head. How is this
I
happening?
remember meeting Drew for the first time in WCPW. And like, I literally come up to his nipples. And it's like, this is stupid. He's such a big man.
With him in an elevator or something.
Yeah, in a lift. And just go in. It's like, oh, that's Drew McIntyre. It's like, hi,
That's
how are you doing?
Drew McIntyre's
I'm
nipple.
Phil. I'm the cameraman, just staring right into his nipple. Like, hi, sir. You're very large.
You're very large. Aye.
I am.
So yeah, Gunther, King of the Ring. Very excited to see where we go from there. But the real
More
story.
excited. Oh, what a difference 5 years makes, by the way, or whatever it is.
When I got given this
turnaround of this.
Do you want to know that what would have been the one reason why Randy Orton could have won the King of the Ring, which will feed into this, and I'll shut up for a bit, is because you remember who was it who he did an RKO to that we all went absolutely insane for?
Killer!
Yeah, on a live stream, and probably got some messages about that actually, as I recall, because we were just so excited to see Randy Orton do an RKO on Nia in that rumble.
Despised. Like, she was despised.
Genuinely. And
I
like-
was front and center of that as well.
And obviously now that means she's better than Randy Orton because he couldn't win the King of the Ring.
Yes.
and
He
she
could.
won the Queen of the Ring. So
That is a good
RKO
point.
be damned. That means she wins.
You know what did it? Like putting the lipstick on Simon Miller. It somehow
That is-
brought in Simon Miller energy to Nia Jax.
The good vibes.
And then look at her now.
She's just
Straight to the top.
Look at you now.
There was like Anne-Louise said this to me the other day. Like, I think she was enjoying King microphone on the King of the Ring review. By the way, brilliant intro from him. By the way,
Brilliant.
Yeah, if
he's
you
a
don't have to
natural.
watch anything to do with the review. I mean, you can. We'll be happy
please
for the
do.
views, obviously. But if
Watch
you just
the
want
intro.
like the first minute of the King of the Ring
Genuinely
review,
worth it.
he's just setting out a shot there.
Yeah,
he's
he's
a bit
looking over
shy
his-
today. He's done a lot of work
Oh.
recently. He's been hard at work, hasn't he?
Well earned rest.
but she watched that and said, "Why have you got a picture of Nia Jax?" I said, "'Cause she's won Queen of the Ring." And she's like, "No, but why have you got a picture of Nia Jax?" And I was like, "Because she's the best." She's like, "Didn't you hate her?" Yes, I did. But now, like, but even when people were pitching like Jade Cargill, you know, we all love Jade Cargill. I was like, it's not Nia though, is it? Like, Jade's Jade.
Yeah.
You know, she's still not suffered a pinfall submission. There's shenanigans to get around it. Well, at the moment, even there was, because it was like her or probably Timothy Stratton. I was like, Tiff's getting in my book, at least, Money in the Bank pink briefcase. I was like, give her the crown. Kick out. I mean,
It's by far the banterest pick. It's
Oh,
great.
yeah.
Great fun.
And it goes to show you how they can do different things with this like competition. Gunther's going to be the King General, and he's going to be like,
it's
Probably
just
give up holding the crown in a week.
It's a
That'll
means
be
to get
done.
the
But
title
it's the thing
shot,
he's
isn't it?
won,
for
he's gone
him,
to the title.
that's it. And like even him posting, he tweeted like whatever it was, the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion, King of the Ring, WWE Champion next, or World Heavyweight Champion, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like it just looks great on the CV, doesn't it? Like if you're showing me who the next guys and gals are going to be,
Yeah, 100%.
there you are. Whereas the Nia one is very specifically, she's going to be amazing at doing like.
thrown
How many
stuff.
times have we seen over the years the King of the Rings who've just been brilliant for money? Like King Booker's the one who always comes to mind. Like,
Yes.
just lean in and be like, okay, this is a thing. I'm
Not
gonna
like
make,
the awkward, like Sheamus.
Not-
I'm
yeah.
a Celtic.
Yeah.
Like you're half in, half out.
Yeah.
You need to be all in
Yeah.
or not. And she will be absolutely all in.
She had a really good run to the win as well. Like the matches have been really fun.
Yeah.
The finishes have been good.
The
The finish at the King of the Ring was absolutely fantastic.
That finish I've seen.
Yes.
How could I not see that? Yeah.
Because I was like,
Been a great one.
I was thinking, oh, they're going to do the David and Goliath thing here. And then Goliath went, what if I just sit on you? I'll do it.
Yeah.
Goliath's watching that going, what do I think of that?
He had a slingshot, that kid. He wouldn't have survived that.
Just sat on him.
Yeah, just sat on him.
I pitched, so I'm so excited to see, like, tonight and going forward. I pitched about 5 different things on the SmackDown preview. A couple of them I'll present to you now. I really like you say.
Present them to us.
I really like the Booker T-esque. Yeah, let's go all in
Just
on
lean
this.
in.
Let's
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's have a scepter. Let's have a cape, a what have you, a throne, etc. I said, let's have Pretty Deadly as court jesters. Let's
Yeah, literally. Like, go all in with this stuff.
or this is the thing that gets her into the bloodline. Like,
I did think about this, because like, what is it? It's like the winning element and this new bloodline as well. I weirdly think like it would fit.
Yeah.
Because people aren't on these the same as they were on the other bloodline, and rightly so. You're not supposed to. I don't think it's a different breed. That would kind of work, wouldn't it? And there's been a lot of people trying to make a case for her to be in the bloodline literally since the other bloodline. So
Yeah.
she was on the family tree thing, wasn't she?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
everyone,
she is, yeah.
everyone
I was gonna
was.
say, I think
Somebody
we-
bumped into the Rock at the airport 3 years ago. Was on that bloody
if
thing.
you looked hard enough, our names were at the bottom. That was us.
Adam Wilbourn, big fan of the Rock, so he's on the family tree.
Can you name the Rock's proper name? I've had the button.
Wayne. No, I don't know.
And
Can you remember? Because we were going, we'll never hear it again. It was on the
Yeah.
board in brackets. It was worse than the belt that he definitely paid
Yeah.
Muhammad Ali to give him. Muhammad
God,
Ali's
what
estate
was
to give
it?
him.
I don't know why I'm about to Google it. You know the answer.
I know the answer. I think I do.
wasn't like High Chief.
High
Was it-
Chief
was it
something.
High Chief something.
High Chief something.
Chief Meat P on my V is my
Yeah.
brain just
No,
auto
that was his
completes.
dad. Come
Yes.
Come on now.
Can't remember.
Got to steal his dad's
Oh,
name.
I think Dan Miller Perez might have it.
It's so... pronunciation
Do you
might
want
be
me to give you his guess?
High Chief Sehuli.
Scioli, yes, that's exactly.
Yeah,
Well done, Dan, in the
But
chat.
we were like, we'll never ever hear that again.
Yeah,
But
completely
he was
made up.
Look,
I needed something.
I am big and strong. Actually,
Roman's got tribal
I am
chief, so
big
I
and
need
strong.
something too.
Actually, I think you'll find I'm
What's
the
better than
strongest.
tribal? Hi.
What, exactly.
Let's get through.
Basically just God Chief Dwayne.
God, Chief Final Boss Sehuli.
Just what do you say? Tribal Chief +1. So,
Plus infinity.
plus infinity, yeah. IDSC. So
Ideas tree.
lots of people in the chat. Thank you for all your involvement in the show. Aditya Krishna Murphy, thank you for your donation. Says, hi, What Culture crew. Punk cost Drew at Clash at the Castle. Finn wins Money in the Bank, cashes in on Priest, and Gunther wins the World Heavyweight Championship. Oh, cashes in on Priest and Gunther to win the World Heavyweight Championship, only for Gunther to win in Berlin. Thoughts? God, that's complicated.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're going to have
That
to
is
run that. You're
complicated.
going to have to run through that again.
So Drew, Priest,
Yeah.
Clash at the Castle. Punk screws Drew, so Priest retains.
Yeah.
Then Money in the Bank, don't know, title match, don't know. But Finn wins the contract.
Yeah.
And then when it's Priest Gunther at SummerSlam, Finn cashes in to become World Heavyweight Champion. And then Gunther gets his rematch in Berlin. So presumably either a triple threat or Finn Balor versus Gunther.
Hello,
my
I'd watch
God.
that. It's a complicated one because they've got a lot of stories that could potentially easily be world title feuds
Yeah.
Isn't
going on
that
at the minute.
exciting?
The Drew CM Punk stuff 100% could be top of the card, especially if Drew is winning somehow and then they do the Summer of Punk kind of in reverse stuff. There's so much you can do with that, with those two. But then you've got Bash at Berlin and Gunther's SummerSlam thing that he's got now. Like it probably should have just been a world heavyweight title when you want it. Like, and then they could have just picked Bash at Berlin. And won the
Yes,
title
yeah.
then, and it would have probably been a little bit easier. But yeah, so like to get round all of those pies, but still keep everyone happy.
Yeah.
And keep the belt meaningful and not have to hotshot it too much. It's quite difficult.
Yeah, people in the chat saying they don't need the belt for Drew versus Punk,
Yeah,
but
I
it would
think
add a
that-
little bit of spice.
It would definitely add spice, but I think screwing over Drew in Scotland, you You're not going to get the reaction you want in Scotland for Drew being screwed over, though.
Yeah, people will be jumping over the barriers.
Unless that's what they want.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Who knows?
See, he's obviously, regardless of what he's doing before that, heel or babyface. He's situational babyface, isn't he, in Glasgow for sure.
Yeah.
And Piper Niven might be getting a title match, presumably.
That would be good.
Just all the heels getting cheered.
Just lots of great options, which is nice for once.
Yeah,
and not really knowing which ones they're going to pick, which
All
is
of
even
which
better.
we want.
And also, to give credit where it's due, AEW have done the same thing. Like, who is going to win that match between Swerve and Ospreay? You just don't know.
Yeah.
Like, that's all I want. It really wasn't that complicated this whole time. I just want it to seem like maybe things will happen that I don't know about, and a bit of unpredictability.
Interesting pitch from Josh Matlock. Thank you for this. Says, I think Punk is going to accidentally gift Drew the belt. So I suppose the Gargano Ciampa.
Yeah.
I quite like that. And then you've got a pissed off priest being like, I'm going to kill you, Punk. And he's like, no, I didn't mean to do it like that.
It's just the image of Drew holding the title in the crowd at Scotland, doing the kiss goodbye thing from Punk at Money in the Bank. That's just too good of a shot to pass up on, surely.
If only they had managed to keep his contract talks quiet. I wonder who ruined that. Who ruined
Put
that?
a sword right through the middle of that one. Mr. Phoenix says, with the way we read the dirt sheets, follow contract stories, talk about people moving companies, is the real challenge today to make the fiction as interesting as the behind the scenes?
Something to be said for it. And AEW especially, I think, have tried to do that, or at least turn the fiction into the fact into story and sort of work off it as much as they could. But it's a tricky line when you start blurring things like that, because people are always going to hunt for the truth, and there's always going to be the dirt sheets that find the truth and release it. So you're just kind of chasing your own tail at some point.
I've come up with that strategy I've mentioned before. I think the only way you can work the dirt sheets is if you apply it to, what is it, like copyright, or, you know, when they go like,
the trademark thing.
Trademark, thank you. Just trademark stuff you're actually not going to use. Because that's all we reported loads of, like, the learning tree has been trademarked, and it's
applied for the new patent of whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's like, oh well.
So it's like
happening.
they've applied for the.
I wish the learning tree was a Swerve. I really do. And all the other ones, all the many other ones.
Yeah.
The wizards, the learning tree. I've got Fireball.
When he was like, "This is the #1 selling T-shirt," I was like, "It better not be." Who's buying that? T-shirt? Take it off.
Hey, look, I don't like it, but if people are still liking it and it's getting numbers, fine, I guess. I just
To each their own.
I just find it hard to understand.
Yes.
And that's okay. I don't have to understand everything, I guess.
Not everything has to be for us.
Everything has to be for us.
Mr. Phoenix also says, in wrestling where so much is tribal, how good was it to hear Grace get those TNA chants both at the Rumble and in NXT? Are we healing? Getting there. We're never going to get them. Tribal is for the battle lines have very much been drawn between WWE and AEW.
And they will be for a long time.
And I want to talk to you a little bit more about the forbidden door of TNA and NXT in due course. But yeah, it was nice to hear that being recognised.
Yeah.
What's the name of the pay-per-view that Jordan Grace is wrestling on?
She's
wrestling Roxanne, isn't she?
Yeah.
What's the... I don't remember the name of the pay-per-view.
That would be NXT Battleground. You're grounded! Battlegrounded! Boom!
It's YouTube. It's a visual forum.
See if you can throw it on my head from there.
Put on your silly hat and dance.
Hey! Sorry. So what did you ask me? Sorry.
So I'm just going to do a victory lap, so that doesn't matter. I said, what's the pay-per-view that
I'm Fred Elliott.
Jordan...
I said.
I say, what's the pay-per-view that Jordan Grace is fighting Roxanne?
Well, that would be NXT Battleground. You grounded! Battlegrounded! I've got the dog tags. But Mom! You're a winner! Ding, 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 ding.
There you go. Lovely stuff. You
Lovely.
see, and you knew you'd come for a reason.
Dance,
It wasn't
little
that,
monkey
but you
man,
came for a
dance.
reason.
Mr. Phoenix also says, Ariana Grace doesn't listen to Ava. She hasn't got the same name. She's the Rock's daughter and the general manager of NXT and Booker and Cooker of the Year, of course.
Yep, of course.
Because her dad is an authority on TNA, of Santino, of course. So Ava calls her dad Rock and Ava versus Santino and Ariana Grace at SummerSlam. The bottom for this.
Oh my God.
Rock lays down for the Cobra, I reckon.
Bucket Sean.
Old Rock might have. Like, Pat Rock might have.
That's the word.
Small man inside big man's body will never ever do that now.
It's good, isn't that? Mark Kerr.
He'll do the people's elbow on the cobra and then pin the cobra.
Yeah.
No, he just eat the He just like peel it off his hand, eat it, and then punch him in the face.
I saw some clips of Santino. I don't know if it's a recent one or not, but Santino with Chris Van Vliet. Like, yeah, there was a part where I thought I just lost my brain and went, I think he should win the Rumble. Like that bit with, I mean,
it was so good. Same in the Elimination Chamber with the bit with Brian at the end was fantastic.
Like, what I mean, what? Royal Rumble winners: John Cena, Randy Orton, Triple H, Santino Marella.
Hell yeah!
That's one of them, isn't it? Where,
man.
like, you know, when you're like, there's something that you want to eat, but you probably shouldn't. And you're like, I really want it, so I'm just going to do it. And you eat it all, and then you feel ill afterwards. So that would be the exact, yeah, come on, let's just do this. I'm in, I'm totally in. He's got the momentum. Let's do this. And then the next day you wake up and he's the champion, and you're like,
oh God, what have we just done?
Now we do it. And your friends are trying to get back in the mess. You're like, this is the champion's got a cobra.
But the snake could have a little belt on too.
What was the chamber? What was the chamber leading to?
I'm back in again.
What was the chamber leading to? Was that Brian versus Sheamus after that?
I can't remember which year it was.
Look that up.
Probably.
Very much not here for
Yeah.
this.
It was so good. Those last like 5 minutes or something, Brian and Santino was. I mean, it's Brian, obviously. He was like, of course. Yeah, I'll get you up.
The dragon versus the snake
We
cobra.
can do this.
I'll
We
get
can
you
make
over.
people believe.
Don't
Well,
take it
not
away
get
from him,
over.
Phil.
No, he was already very
he's
over.
very over.
He did not need Brian.
How many people can say they didn't need Daniel Bryan?
I know,
Didn't need his help, actually. Did it all by myself.
Last 5 minutes.
That was the chamber that featured the great Carly. Thanks for coming.
Yep.
Big Show.
Of course.
How did they fit in the pods?
Was Kane in there as well? Don't tell me.
No,
Kane was in
Wade
there as well.
Barrett and Cody Rhodes.
Ah.
That's when they had.
What a weird group of people that is. My word.
And that's like,
That is
this
just
is the
pulling names out of a
prime time
hat.
stuff we've got right now. Incredible.
Yeah, that was the 18 seconds. So you could have just had Santino take it into May. I mean, it wouldn't have started quite a major swing from Daniel Bryan.
No, not quite.
But and also Mr. Phoenix, a little bit of self-promotion, absolutely fine if you pay us. Says catch the latest State of Wrestling with myself and IWC legend Jake DeMarco wherever you get your vids and pods. Cheers from the forklift. Cheers, Mr. Phoenix.
Yes.
Adam Zingales says, "What's up, guys? Who would you book to win the TNT title? Jack Perry, or would you want it to be separate from the EVP storyline? My sleeper pick is MJF."
See, I can't see MJF ever being anything apart from the tippy top.
Yeah.
That's not to say he won't.
Yeah.
Like if he fancies that, he'll 100% do it. But in my head, he's just that caliber.
Yeah.
And that's- Problem is, there's a lot of them are that caliber. They have that. They have the same amount of people who could do it as WWE to be like future champs. Although they have people who've done it already and absolutely have to be the champion. So, do you know the TNT thing? I think because they've made they tried to give it to Jack Perry, obviously, and then it was denied by new authority figure Christopher Daniels, which it would kind of be quite banter if he just ended up winning it anyway. Like, kind of like he's fine. I did the whole thing.
Especially it's a ladder match, so you can have shenanigans and other people coming in to help him or whatever.
But like, I don't know who else would be a realistic candidate. I mean,
Darby.
Yeah, but he's done it twice.
Yeah,
and like,
I'm just thinking of him being there and him just smashing the crap out of his ankle. That's just setting me on fire, dickhead.
Yeah, I think maybe he wants a rest now. So I'm pretty sure he wasn't supposed to come back that quickly after getting hit by a bus.
Oh, I forgot to say someone earlier when they said about. Where was this? Oh, that was it. Mr. Phoenix said Punk cashes Money in the Bank on Moose. And I was like, stop putting Punk in Money in the Bank. I want him to wrestle several matches, not a ladder match.
Punk needs to be in Thumb Wars for the rest of his life. Come on then. Come on. Yeah. Oh no!
Broken.
Falls out the ring.
Not again.
Oh, son of a. Look, isn't for losers, actually. I need some.
Yeah, I don't know who else.
Who else makes sense? Jack Perry definitely makes sense at this moment.
Are we in the camp of... Was the footage right? I keep asking this because I think the further down this storyline we get...
Yeah.
And the more this Jack Perry thing is definitely working, the more I'm thinking, like, I think it might have been the right call.
You might be right there.
Because they made it fit. And Triple H gets loads of plaudits, whenever he makes it fit.
Yeah.
Like he pulls that little nugget of like, oh, that's how it ties together. I don't know. Just feels like maybe he made one good call. Did Big Tone. One.
Yeah, it has to be. I don't think MJF.
No.
If he fights for another title, and it's only for the match more than the title, it'd be Okada's. Was he Continental Champion?
Yeah.
Just because that'd be fun, and it makes sense for him to fight the EVPs because he's literally got an AEW tattoo now. But
it's weird.
I'd keep him for world title stuff.
Yeah.
Because I wanted him, I still want him to be, and I wanted him to be the AEW world champion. Swerve is. But it feels like how he isn't being allowed to be like the main event of this. Not allowed, but you know, there's other stuff going on at the moment. But he is the world champion, so
Yeah.
it kind of feels like the stuff he's doing, how he's on telly having matches, that feels like the TNT champion kind of mold, right?
Yeah.
Which to me feels like that would have been a nice thing, but the timing is all off with that. And this match is going to kick ass, obviously. After that, though, if he does drop the belt and he just wants gold again, but then again, immediately going back down feels like the wrong step, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And so I'm telling you, man, they've got so many great potential world champions.
Yeah.
It's figuring out who's going to be your TNT champs and
That's when they're doing like
international champs.
Osprey, Swerve, you've got 2 belts in that.
Yep.
Yes.
Which makes
Yeah.
it all the more messy. But then, like, surely they want
John
Osprey.
Moxley's there with the New Japan.
Yeah. But then surely they want Osprey in the main event of All In, but they're doing the world title shot before that. So it's like, what's going to happen there? Because you can't do a rematch as the title, as the main event for All In. Surely.
Could you not? Because I kind of like the one thing I always said about and I've stuck by this, and it turned out that it ruined almost the entire business. Hangman Page shouldn't have dropped the belt that time. I didn't think Punk was the right, for me personally, I didn't think it was the right time.
Yeah.
I think a better story would have been Punk fails at the first hurdle. And they get to say, like, you know, you might have been the best in the world, but this isn't world wrestling. This is all elite wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come back again soon, pal. And he has to go back and, no, I need to get better. Why not do that with Osprey? Although he is the very best. He feels like the best.
Yeah.
He feels like he should win. But there'd be nothing wrong, surely, with him losing to Swerve in a very well fought match, and then having I need to figure this out. And maybe the knock-on effect of that is he loses his confidence, loses the international title if they want to get that off him. But then you haven't to lose to get him up. So
he can win the Owen.
He can, but does he have to get shot of his belt? I mean, I guess he doesn't have to, but
not.
it does get messy though, because then you've lost the match because the belt's already on him. So,
But then if you belt him early, I know it's not really hot shot in the belt, but it's not like the best title reign
Swerve,
for
doesn't
Swerve.
it? Yeah.
But then you've got the potential of doing Osprey MJF at All In, which would be very tasty.
It would. I think the Swerve winning the first one and Osprey winning the second would, for me personally, would make it feel like, because we were all worried about this Swerve title run.
Yeah.
That would make it feel like, even if he does have to drop it at All In, we were all going, he's just going to hold the belt All In. But this would feel like that's a huge statement to give him.
Yeah.
And he gets his slice and then can get rid of the belt and everybody's kind of happy there.
And then All Out, you could even do it in a rubber match and do a stupid stipulation on it or something.
Absolutely.
Me and Sid talked a lot about this on the Collision preview, so if you want to know our thoughts on that, go and check that one out now.
Samoa Joe? TNT champ?
Maybe.
Hook.
Or
He's kind of
Hook
done it
with
as well.
Samoa
Hook.
Joe's coaching.
Hook, yeah. Everybody's favourite? The Learning Cree? The Learning Cree? I can't even say it. He's messing with my brain so much I can't even say it. The Learning Tree, Chris Jericho, as the Cree champion. Just say it.
It is the tree and tree.
Oh,
He's got
Phil.
the For the World and the tree and trees.
Oh, God.
Chris, if you're watching,
Good work.
turn away. Turn away now. I'm not sorry about anything we've said.
Let's get through a few more questions, and then we'll get on to this week's hashtag Bloody Good quiz. Marcel Laviolette, thank you as always, Marcel, for joining us. Ricky Stark, says Paul Abbott. As if he's still there.
Where is he? Can I ask as well? I was genuinely, I'm genuinely asking. Even though we work in this business, I don't know where Britt Baker is. Where is Britt Baker?
I don't know.
Has anybody seen Britt?
Who knows?
I was just.
She's dentist.
I was sitting at home yesterday.
She's gone back to the practice.
I was literally sitting at home yesterday, and I was like, has she just got really busy at the dentist? like shoot busy and
Sorry,
can't get away
Tony,
the rest.
there's too many teeth.
There's too many people with bad. Darby got hit by a bus, and like he's one of many people in the last week. Where is she?
16th of September, last match she had.
September.
Like
Sheesh.
I just don't. Have we got contracts coming up? What's going on? Like
I don't think she's injured. We've not heard anything about that.
I just
Back injury,
don't know where she
Back
is.
injury, maybe.
And how is she not there? It's just Britt Baker. I had a meltdown at home.
Tony
like,
Storm, you've got Mercedes Moné, you've got
I was like, how have I forgot what she's up to? Something must have happened.
Yeah.
And then I was just pondering, and I just could not come up with a solution. I was like, no, she's just not there. Why?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I was saying the chat saying catching up on dental appointments.
Yeah, that's it.
But I was going to read Marcel's.
I'm just trying to think about what animals got the loads of teeth.
The crocodile game.
Like,
She's just playing that crocodile game. That's what I was going to
on a shoot crocodile though. It's like, hold still. It's been out for like 2 weeks. Come on, only 3 more crocodiles to go.
She's a veterinarian as well now.
She does whatever she wants.
Teeth,
mate. Teeth.
Marcel Laviolette, though, to come back to it, says, Stormy, hello to Phil the Love, the Ginger Dan, and Big Nick from the top rope with the elbow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see. No, I'm down in the ring at the PLE after NXT Battleground. You're grounded. Battleground is fucking one of yous.
I'm gonna get you a kilt now.
Yeah.
Some bagpipes.
Guys, I'm gonna have to do Clash at the Castle with that now, aren't I?
Yeah.
It was one of yous.
Yeah, it was
Sorry, can't wait to see. Now I'm down in the ring at the PLE after Battleground, talking, and then say his name. Please, God, this is a nice segue to get us onto the NXT TNA Forbidden Door being opened.
Well, I've also got. Oh, maybe we're about to do the same bit here, but go on, you carry on.
I just want Joe Hendry at Clash at the Castle.
We're not doing the same bit, but that's also what I would.
Oh, and you see Xavier Woods said he wants to make a song with it. Oh.
Yeah, that felt like a massive. Come on, kid, through the door. I'll get you. If I was you, I would have been like, no, Billy, shoot serious about that because like that's.
I know, yeah, 100%.
Tweeted,
I'll do it.
He's done lots of fun stuff on Twitter, obviously, with all this.
Yeah.
And then I saw his tweet last night. I said to him, that's just real Joe, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whatever you do.
He's a worker, is Joe.
Come.
He'll get his way in there.
The Forbidden Door, TNA, NXT. You get the match between Noam Dar and Mustafa Ali. Because then he gets to say, fuck off, Ali! Oh, for fuck's sake, Ali!
Yeah.
Easy.
That's really good.
Book it now. There's your money. Take it. Done.
There's so much. I think it was me and Hamflet were looking at it, that the NXT, the TNA roster. Got Moose on there, obviously, and Moose and Drew have had a bit of a back and forth on there. Sorry. Should do that. And then you've got so much talent, like Chris Bay, as was like saying, we'd love to do some tag stuff in NXT, or it's a gateway, as NXT is for everyone, to the main roster, you would assume. Jordan Grace just coming back is awesome as well.
Yep.
But now I'm a kid in a can. I want that one and that one and that one. I think it's so exciting. And the reverse of that, which is like, people were saying like, AJ Styles is saying on SmackDown, like, what do I do now? I haven't got any title matches or anything. I'll just go back to TNA for a bit. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm just so exciting. No, not for you?
No, I'm not saying not for me.
Oh, it's not going to happen.
No, they're just not going to give him AJ Styles.
We're not getting any of these things.
They might get one
I
match.
don't think we're going to get that many. I think it's going to be.
Yeah, this is going to work out
choice
much better for WWE than it's going to work out for
WWE have got a list. They've got a list.
Give them Natalia. Sorry, you did say it was going to.
Make a little trade for you.
I've got the roster page here.
Okay. This is the thing. They must have their eye on a few.
Josh Alexander.
They'll have their eye on like 3. Jordan Grace is definitely one of them.
Josh Alexander will probably.
I would have Josh Alexander as one of them. Imagine if he was part of like Alpha Academy with the Creeds and Chad Gable.
Josh Alexander versus Chad Gable.
Oh my God. No, he's the Friends Phil to start with at least. Come on. But like they must have a list of 3 people they want, and they're gonna like maybe test them all out and then see how they feel about them. That's
Cassius Steels.
Yeah.
Should be great.
the many.
Yeah.
And you're gonna get Nick Nemeth.
Tommy Dreamer. But yeah. Do you reckon, genuinely, do you think they've seen this reaction to this potential crossover and seen the buzz around Joe Hendry and thought, could just do something, even if it's just like the kickoff or whatever. Like, it's a guaranteed pop, isn't it?
Joe Hendry's not got a better chance of doing something than he has now, this second, in terms of breaking through the glass ceiling of just wrestling. But like, he has worked his ass off to get his name out there.
Yeah.
And he will appear.
In TNA, and he will appear. And you've not got a better chance of just something, even if it's on the pre-show or something that'll 100% pop the Scotland crowd. And just be a nice, fun thing to do.
Austin Theory.
Are they nice and fun, though?
I know, that's the thing.
This is the question.
It's always the perennial question.
That's always the question. Are they that nice? They might have improved.
They are not that
But
nice.
Are they that nice?
They're definitely not
I don't
that
know
nice.
if they are.
Hi to Scugalucci, by the way, who says Speedball. Yes, get Mike Bailey.
Yeah.
He kicks
My
ass.
God, they need him. That would be fun.
And hi to OG Stem Cell, who says, forget the fire, forget King and Queen of the Ring. We hype the return of Big Twan Tucker in AIW, the man undefeated at Absolution and with a pinfall W over MJF.
Hello.
It's funny to think there's some people on the indies. Because he was in a Money in the Bank contract thing match for us, wasn't he?
Bulletproof.
That was it.
Oh, no, the Magnificent Seven.
Yes.
Sorry, yeah.
7. I was going to say we got a whole
And he
list
lost.
of people who beat MJF
Benji.
in that match. Yeah,
Benji better than MJF.
yes.
confirmed.
Official. Sorry,
If you say
MJF.
so.
Sorry, MJF.
If you say so.
But yes, very exciting times, and no doubt we'll talk more about TNA, NXT/WWE Forbidden Door going forward, because I'm very excited about that. But anyway, enough of all this. It's now time for a bloody good quiz. And this week's quiz is brought to you by AdTien. Thank you for your review on Apple Podcasts. If you want your name associated with hashtag Bloody Good Quiz, leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. Or leave us a 5-star rating on Spotify. Screenshot it.
We need the proof.
And email it to me, adam.wilbourn@whatculture.com. AdTien writes, love the podcast. Had to give 5 stars because of the boys. They deserve it. And then slight bit of negativity towards one of the Dudleys, so I'm not going to read that part. But thank you for the review nonetheless. This week's quiz, unsurprisingly, is all about wrestling and fire.
Yeah.
Right.
Makes sense.
Okay.
There was a clue. I'm not sure if you saw it. It was very subtle. There's a clue about something.
You. If I had one word to describe you, it would be subtle.
Thank you.
He has the laptop with like perfect eyes shot. Subtle is what I would call you.
No, the Queen's.
Subtle.
There.
It's like, here you are.
Come on, you.
Get her in.
Yeah, I'll just put her there.
Come on, Naya.
I'll just not have a drink, eh? I'll just get dehydrated. Fine.
10 questions, multiple choice, shout your name, wait for me to come to you. And remember, guys, most important
It
of
is
all,
just for fun.
it's just for fun.
Just for fun.
Nice, easy start for you. Question number 1. Who did Edge spear through a flaming
Just gonna let you
table
have it. I feel like you should have
at WrestleMania 22?
Go on, give us the
Give us the
options.
clues. Give us the clues, please.
John Cena, Randy Orton,
What's our 2 favourites? Look at that. I've never thought of that.
Mick Foley, or Hornswoggle?
That's right. Edge and Hornswoggle.
Edge and Hornswoggle. That's the
Mania
famous
blow
match. It was Mick Foley, Adam.
Correct. Question number 2. Keith Lee got burned by a...
Remember this. Nicholas, but do the options.
got burned by a flaming what?
What? Oh, no, hang on. Because, like,
What?
are we talking about what was it in or what did it...
Well, I'll give you the options.
You've already said
Oh,
now.
of course, you said the options, yeah.
A flaming skull. It was that time in NXT, wasn't it? Rubbish. A flaming contract. A flaming flag. You burn the flag. Or a flaming teddy bear.
Oh, I mean, there's some real choices there. Mm-hmm. My heart's saying Teddy, but my head is also saying Teddy. No, contract.
Paul Abbott says, not a flaming Homer. No, not a flaming Homer. A flaming contract, you say?
Yay!
For as bad as all of that was,
I know what you're going to say because it was awesome.
that video package with Metallica on it was kick-ass. I'll watch that again when we get downstairs.
And that, the only thing I always remember from that era, because I was definitely on my way out at that point.
Yeah.
Remember when Keith Lee won both belts and they did that shot where when Karrion Kross, there might have still been some semblance of like,
Yeah.
is he a good, are we into this guy? And he was like sitting in the rafters. It was such a lovely shot. And
was-
it all worked out for everyone involved.
So, yeah, that moment you were like, it was like cinema because it was like the happiest moment. Keith Lee's done everything. They've done this. Let's not worry. Let's worry about what the hell's going to happen with him holding both belts next week. And it's been slightly spoiled by one of the like random NXT members just tweeting out a picture the week before. But regardless, and it was like, yay! Oh no, you're going to die! Yeah. Like there's your future because he was just on that amazing run of like he squashed Ciampa, was it?
Yeah,
and you
he
were like,
squashed a whole lot of people.
Yeah.
And it was all worth it.
He's had more haircuts than wins on the main roster. Right, question 3, one each.
He came out as a Centurion.
Well, he can't lose. He's the NXT. Oh, he's lost.
Oh, he's come out as a Centurion. Okay, that's not. He's
But
going
it's
to
fine
beat Jeff
because he's
Hardy.
just going to break up the New Day now, so that's fine.
Yeah.
That'll work
Here's how
out
we're
for
going to
him.
get you over, kid. We're going to let you lose on the opening night to Jeff Hardy. Wink. Cool.
Welcome to the big
Not that I'm
leagues,
saying, by the way,
pal.
that I'm endorsing that he should have been on some terror run or anything. But
But at least try.
just give him half a chance. Would be pleasant.
Question 3. What rating did Dave Meltzer give Hogan versus Warrior at Halloween Havoc featuring the infamous fireball
Nicholas,
spot?
straight fire. Is that it?
It's not. That's not option.
I can hear Meltzer say straight fire, actually.
Dud, -1 star, -3 stars, or -5 stars.
Wow.
Speaking of flames, you have to get the flamethrower out on those wrestling matches.
Yeah.
-5 stars.
I know, right? Well, I had -2 stars in my head, so
Okay.
I'm screwed.
Go. Oh, I was going to say go with that, which tells you that
No,
I wasn't
that's not
listening
one
to
of
the answers at all. Oh, the answers. Oh God, it's all
Phil,
gone.
what was it? -1, -3, -5? -5. Why not?
Hey.
Correct answer.
Dave was mad.
He was pissed. Oh, it was like the fireball spot may would have saved it. Oh, no, you just burned your own eyebrows off. Question 4. Who did Terry Funk attack in WCW with a flaming branding iron?
Oh Jesus!
I watched this
I do
last night.
remember this, but I don't
I do
remember
not.
who.
I was not about.
Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, Hulk Hogan, or Ric Flair?
Phil. Seems like a thing Ric Flair would do.
Yeah.
No, dear, that's wrong.
Dear, that
Hall,
is
Nash,
wrong.
Hogan, your options.
Would Hogan be into that? Don't think so. I don't know. I'll flip the imaginary coin, which is saved me well so far. Heads, it's Scott Hall. Tails, it's Kevin Nash. My options. It's heads, so whatever I said.
Scott.
It's Scott Hall.
No, dear, that's wrong.
Was it Kevin Nash?
Was.
Stupid coin.
Kevin Nash.
Coin's fault. It was
Coin.
Kevin Nash.
Foiled again.
I hate coins. Stupid coins.
2-1 still to fill. Question 5. Where was The Undertaker accidentally set on fire during his entrance? I may have rewatched this.
Is this what
in the
country,
I was
what
gonna
city,
say,
or what
what
show?
PLE or pay-per-view?
Okay.
Phil.
You got it.
Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
You know, like they have all the backstage, and are we still waiting on the WrestleMania documentary? I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
anyway.
still waiting.
Still waiting. When do I? I would pay good
Wednesday,
money
apparently.
to see the meeting between the pyrotechnics guy.
Oh God.
Somebody got fired.
Because apparently, I was reading up this when I was reading about it. It said
I remember this,
in the weeks
aye.
building up, those flames are getting pretty hot, brother. I can hear it. I can feel them when I'm walking. And he was about this close, apparently, to walking out in like a Taker jacket, but with no sleeves. So
Yeah.
we'd have had no arms left, basically. He was. I think Taker was surprisingly reserved in terms of just saying, just make sure he never works here again.
Yeah.
Not I'm going to kill that man, because it was the finish, wasn't it? That was the Shawn Michaels costing him the.
I remember
So we nearly didn't get there anyway.
the conversation. It's probably the one time where I went. We give the dead man some ribbon every now and again. Fair game, I would say.
Yeah.
Yep.
The one time I would say no, he was totally right. Is where he said like, just he can't be in the building when I get back.
Yeah.
Basically, or I'll kill him.
Yeah.
I'd be like, yeah, you know what? Fair enough.
Fair.
Like of all the things where we joke about him being like,
Yeah.
things got sorted in the locker room back in my day with knives.
Yeah.
It's like
of all the very
all those-
controllable
yeah.
things to happen in wrestling.
I'm like,
I'm just waiting there at Gorilla.
especially-
Sorry about that, Mark.
yeah. Hey, see them flames?
My
That
bad.
was silly, wasn't it?
My bad.
Hey,
Hey, that was
Just
on
the
me.
idea of him sat in the pod, getting bottles of water to spray all over himself. Just
Skin bubbling, as
knowing
he
that
said.
you can do nothing about this other than wait for your pod to open so you can go and wrestle.
And get a bump on it, yeah.
Bump on it, and like just being the first person you had to lay hands on. It's like, it's got to go somewhere. It's got boom. Jesus, what are you doing? I'm melting.
God, yeah, imagine, like, comes back through the curtain. Don't worry, Mark, that was my bad. Got a great beer for the boys. What are you doing? Why are you taping your fists up?
I'm judge and jury and executioner.
No, you know what, Vince? Fair enough. That was my fault. See you next week. No, okay, fair enough.
See you on Monday, guys. Well,
Question 6.
Carl gets run off the road by like Bradshaw. The PSK.
I love that. It's like his next job interview after that. It's like, so why did you leave your previous job?
Set the Undertaker on fire. Like wrestling. Oh, do you know the Undertaker? Yeah, set him on fire. I'd tell everybody, by the way. Oh, that's a great. To be fair, don't want to see anybody get hurt, but
No.
it's a great story to tell at a bar somewhere, that, isn't it?
Right,
Very
3-1 to Phil. Question 6. Check this out. Mr. Handsome Baron Von Aaron
Yep.
was the fake name given to which wrestler on Fire Pro Wrestling for the Game Boy Advance? What,
Yep.
First of
That's-
all, what a great console. Yeah, it's a console anyway.
That's a good question.
Was it? So you got to think who's out there?
Handsome Von
Words are good. Handsome.
Mr. Handsome Baron Von Aaron.
Baron Von Aaron.
Is it?
Okay.
Not Handsome Tom Ransom.
No. Oh, shout out to
Handsome.
Bret Hart, Scott Steiner, The Rock, or The Undertaker?
Baron Von Handsome.
Mr.
I really want it to be The Undertaker.
Mr. Handsome Baron Von Aaron.
Undertaker.
No, dear, that's wrong.
Your options are Bret Hart, Scott Steiner, or The Rock.
I think it's Steiner or The Rock. Mr.
Handsome Baron Von Aaron. And there is a clue in this room.
Oh, no, I don't care. I'm not looking for clues.
It's
You're looking at
It's
the
on
clue.
his laptop
Is it you?
screen. And it's
The
the,
clue is-
answer.
Yeah. You are looking at a clue.
It's I don't need to look at you. I know what you've got on, right? For all the people, I don't know why I was dressed then. For all the people listening at home.
Pull off. Psych Bret Hart t-shirt.
The final boss has done you again. Scott Steiner.
Yay!
Thanks.
Would you like, for fun, the other people's names?
Yes.
Yeah, why not?
Would you like them? Of course you would. What am I saying? You're not doing anything
when you
better.
think Bret
Come on.
Hart, what do you think of?
Canada.
Yeah. Blood Scorpion Brad Love, of course.
Yep.
Blood Scorpion.
Scorpion.
Good.
The Rock.
What's like rock adjacent? Boulder.
Yeah, all this. Yeah, these make
The
sense.
mountain. The cliff.
Yeah.
Eyebrow
Richard
Jones.
Johnson.
The Salesman, Joe Marici. And the only one that makes sense, and I really want to save this one to the last, The Undertaker. The Cremator Death Head. So
Yeah.
Yep, nailed it.
All right. What was that?
the
Well done,
Cremator
Fire
Death
Pro
Head.
Wrestling.
That's how I'm calling him the Cremator Death Head from now. I will no longer be referring to him as the Dead Man or the Undertaker. It will be the Cremator Death Head. Or Death Head or
Death Head.
the Cremator.
Yeah, for sure.
None of the others forever.
That's the pyro guy. You told me he was called the Cremator. What's the problem? Question 7.
Cremator Death Head is really good.
It's good, isn't it? Question 7. Val Venus once burned what on an episode of Manana Rao?
You know, he wants me to think it's his penis.
Well, I'll give you the options.
Come on then.
Mick Foley's book,
Yeah.
Al Snow's head, women's bras, or his penis.
Oh,
You
dear.
know me so well.
You know what?
It definitely wasn't the Constitution.
Oh, no.
It's funny because you weren't here for this because you missed him again. But Stax was making jokes about his penis as usual.
Was he?
On NXT review the other day. And he had this really specific way that he would say the word penis.
Penis, yeah.
It was making Michael Hamflett laugh a lot. And just, but it's funny how the brains, they've got similar kind of humour, them two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should hang out more. It's a shame you never really get the
Fair.
chance
Only
to.
Wally
Never get a
Mania.
chance to
Yeah,
clip.
Wally
Once a
Mania was that
year.
one time. I'm glad we were there for it.
Yeah,
I'm
me
glad
too.
we were there to witness it. That was nice.
Phil, head.
Yeah, that would have been.
No, dear, that's wrong.
Women's bras, his penis, or Mick Foley's book.
I really hope it's his penis.
You know,
Yeah.
Father, it's the
Penis.
biggest collection of bras in all of Ireland.
Penis, bras, book.
Holiday package.
Well, Venus is off to Menorca. What do you need? Penis, bras, book. Yeah, I'm not an animal. Like taking some culture. Bras, heads it's bras. Tails,
Oh, here we go. Can they? It's going
tails it's
Damn
penis.
you, guy.
I'm just going to rule out Mick Foley's book. It probably is that, but we'll rule that out. Bras or penis. Heads it's bras, tails it's penis. It's heads again, so it's bras.
No, dear, that's
Come
wrong.
on. Why did I go back to the coin?
It's not the coin's fault.
Is it Mick Foley's
It's Mick
book?
Foley's book.
Phil's penis.
Sorry, coin. Mick Foley's penis.
I like that because the clip I saw, he's got like the light fluid and he sets it on fire, and I was like, we'll just make more. Like,
I know,
it's
there's
a
plenty
book.
more.
Publishers like we've already.
It's a
And also-
bestseller.
Also, if you bought
Loads
it,
of them.
who cares? Do we like
You've already
it?
paid the money. You can literally do whatever you want with it. Also, the publisher's already made a new one before it finished burning. So, what are we doing here, Val?
If I was a writer, I'd say burn my book.
Yeah.
Right, because
Buy
you
it.
can buy it, burn it, and then go, oh, I want to read it. I can.
As long as you burn it, as long as you bought it, you can burn it as many times as you want.
Well, I think still 3-2 to Phil, but 3 to go. Kane won an Inferno match with MVP after setting which body part on fire? His arm, his hair, his feet, or his arse?
His big red ass.
Phil.
This is MVP's, not obviously because Kane won, yeah.
Obviously. His arm.
No, dear, that's wrong.
His arse. What was it? Arse, hair.
Arse, hair, or feet?
Look at the
That's a- that's a porn search, yeah.
Arse, hair, feet, book, penis, bras. Arse, hair, feet. Hair.
No, dear, that's
Feet,
wrong.
arse.
It was arse.
Big
Is it
red
arse?
ass.
He says
Big
his arse
red
on
ass.
In my
fire.
head, I had leg, and I was like, maybe it's just his ass.
There you
Just
go.
his ass.
Yep.
Obviously.
Okay.
Why not?
We're
Two
more
questions to go.
water guys, us two. We're more into the water elements, you
Yeah.
know, like
Definitely
fire
not
stuff.
wind.
Yeah, definitely not win. Never win.
Question 9.
I hate
You mentioned it earlier, but who gave Joey Janela the lighter fluid to do a flaming super kick in GCW? Was it?
He's already got that look, hasn't he?
He's happy about this one.
Was it Dave Crap, Terry Turd, Barry Poo, or Rob Shit?
Barry Poo.
You're a piece of shit. That's what. What were the options?
Barry Poo.
Dave Crap,
Give crap.
Terry Turd, Barry Poo, or Rob Shit?
Dave Crap is low key really bad.
Barry Poo, man. This is not allowed. This is not.
Phil. Terry Turd.
No, dear, that's wrong.
My brain's telling me it's either Rob Shit or the first one. Dave Crap.
Dave Crap.
Crap.
I'm going to go with Dave
Barry
Crap.
Poo.
I'm going to go with Dave Crap.
No, dear, that's
he's
wrong.
brilliant.
Barry.
It's Rob
Shit.
Rob Shit.
I knew it was one of
There
them.
you go.
Sorry, can we just have them again for people at home? Just, I want them to really think about what happened
I've
when
been
you
writing
had to
this
write this
question
down.
knowing
That's what
that
I mean.
he's going to have to censor Rob Shit so many times.
I've really made a rod for my own back here.
You made
Dave
a Rob
Crap,
Shit for your own back.
Dave Crap, Terry Turd, Barry Poo, or Rob Shit?
Barry Poo. Son of a bitch.
Yeah, it's great.
Right.
There'd be a great faction then, wouldn't there?
So, Nicholas, you need to get this one
I
to
don't.
tie it
It's
all
just
up.
for fun. It's just for, to tie it all up.
Oh,
okay.
hello.
Oh, it's actual big
Question
business.
10.
Weird business.
Okay. A wrestler. Oh, Victor Bettino, thank you. Just says 3 cheers for the exploding chair. Quite right. Yeah. Completely lost in the fact that Jungle Boy got set on fire. Question 10. A few years back, a wrestler went viral when his crotch was set on fire. But what was the name of the show that it happened on? Was it Pro Wrestling Catastrophe's Ring of Fire, the Southern Sickness Memorial Cup, Burn It to the Groin, or oh great, my balls are on fire? Nicholas, you need to get this one.
There you go.
Good luck with that. Oh, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but can I have the options again, please?
Pro Wrestling Catastrophe's Ring of Fire,
Yeah.
the Southern Sickness Memorial Cup,
Yeah.
Burn It to the Groin,
Yeah.
or oh great, my balls are on fire.
Right, I'm going to...
Oh, Brian is reminding you have your phone a boner if you need it. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. You know what it is? It's been a while since we've done the phone a boner. And I honestly have no idea. And also... Nah, I haven't got a third thing, but just... Yeah, come on, let's do it.
There you go. I've changed. You can't see the questions now.
Honestly, Phil. It's a big arrow point for the answer. That would be good. Go on then. It'll take a while.
Come on, bonus.
Scoogalugi's coming with their suggestion with a shout out to Great Balls of Fire,
Yeah.
but they're suggesting Southern Sickness.
Ryan Wedding, I don't think you've understood. You said to me, phone a boner. It's not the answer.
Paul Abbott says,
I know you do.
not a Scooby. That wasn't an option.
That wasn't an
That
option.
wasn't an option.
So far, I'm going to have to go with the Southern Sickness, which is ironic because that's the one I didn't want to go with. Because it sounded rubbish compared to the other three,
Yeah.
which might have been the point. I will give it. I'm going to do 30 seconds on the clock and then we'll have to go. Start. 30 seconds has started. Here we go.
I'll give you the options again.
It's going to run and I'm going to
The
press
options
stop,
are Pro Wrestling Catastrophe's Ring of Fire,
Yeah.
the Southern Sickness Memorial Cup, Burn It to the Groin,
Yeah.
or oh great, my balls are on fire.
And you've got 15 seconds.
15
Go
seconds
on
in
there.
the
Probably-
boner.
There you go.
Vander's just made up his own flaming
5,
balls of glory.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Paul Abbott has suggested the Southern Sickness Cup as well, and as I said, Vander's has just created his own wrestling show. So
I'm going with the consensus. So if it all fails,
I've got the
right?
buttons on.
If it all fails, Phil, it wasn't our fault for not timing.
It's your fault.
You did it. You did it. We're
John
going
Harrison
with-
just writes Barry Poo. Oh, they're all flying in now. Groin, someone just writes.
Well, this doesn't help me now, and I can't go in now because it'll change my opinion. We've got to go with 2 because they said 2.
Here we go.
Let's go with 2.
So the Southern Sickness Memorial Cup.
Yes, we're going with that.
Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy, but here's my number.
This is Rampage, baby.
That was the one thing we didn't want to happen. It's the biggest pop song of an entire year. Oh, no. Well, it doesn't matter this quiz because we've lost all the money. So
Well, I can tell you,
it doesn't matter.
it is the correct answer.
Oh, God.
This soundboard's going to be the death of
All
me.
the buttons.
Oh. Shy of a Beatles song. Pretty sure that's one of the worst buttons you could have pressed on that board.
Well, congratulations to both Phil and Nicholas, the co-winners of this week's quiz. Let us know how you got on in the comment section below. Or on X at WhatCulture WWE. Well, actually, you can follow all 3 of us. You can follow Adam Nicholas at
It's Adam Nicholas. You can follow Brian Boo on Twitter
At Who My Chambers. You can follow Wilbourn at
Rob Shit. You can follow us all. Oh, I'm going to write it down.
Write it down as well.
You can follow us all.
You made a Rob for your own back.
Yeah. Follow us all at WhatCulture WWE. Make sure you subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling wherever you get your podcast from for daily wrestling
Podcasts.
The SmackDown preview and Collision previews available right now.
Who?
But for now, this has been WrestleCulture. My thanks to Adam Nicholas and Phil Chambers. Thank you to everyone who's joined us.
Thank you for joining us.
And we'll see you soon. WrestleCulture is recorded in front of a live studio audience.
Audience.
Studio poo.
Wrestling.
Poo. All right, I'm going to go on.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you
dear.
very much. Thank you very much. And thank you very much.
Very much.
You are the king of poo.
King of
Thank you.
pooing.
The king of poo.
Hey, bye everyone. See you next week. Bye. Take it on YouTube. Goodbye.